Boy, something is spicy downstairs.
Yeah,
Mom is cooking up some, I think she's doing pepper jelly, actually. Joe has
jalapeno jelly.
Joe has his garden, his beautiful garden. It's very, very
It's a very nice
We got to
garden.
show some pictures. Hey, right here is where we show some pictures. Demond, boom. Maybe some different.
Little backstory. Joe and I and Drew and John and even some of the other boys, Demond and Sean, helped out once or twice. We worked out at an organic produce farm.
Yep.
And so that's where we get kind of our inspiration for Joe's. We got all of our ideas, our experience, stuff like that. So that's why it looks so nice, because we've got and Joe's, he's faithful to it. So
Yeah. In fact, the owners of the organic
Happy Valley Farms.
they gave Joe the plants.
They gave it to him.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And so,
The gift that keeps on giving.
yeah. And so we got cabbage and we've got broccoli and cauliflower and onions and lots of tomatoes and lots of jalapeno peppers and stuff. So that's why Mom is down there cooking up some
Jalapeno jelly.
yep, pepper jam or jelly. Yeah. Well, it's another slow week for me. You had a big week.
I can't say the same, but I don't
You
want
had
to
a big
spoil
week.
it.
You
Yeah.
don't want to spoil it. But you know, one of the things I was thinking about, Hudson, when it's a slow week, it's been a slow week and a slow month for me.
Mhm.
I try to make about $25,000 a month, and it's going to be just over 20 as we close out July. But one of the things I was thinking that people need to be careful of, now we're talking with voiceover talent here, just need to be careful with the onslaught of VO coaches who kind of come out of the woodwork when there's problems with the economy and things seem to be slowing down for a lot of people. I know things on Fiverr are slowing down and things in direct email marketing and platforms are slowing down because of the gas prices, inflation, the world economic and world stuff. And so there's new ones that come out of the woodwork. The old ones come out with brand new programs and teaching opportunities and stuff. And I just want people to be careful because there are a lot of VO coaches out there, a lot of great ones, some maybe a little that aren't so great, and the not so great ones are going. You're not making much money, and they're going to cost you some money too. And so, just people being aware of that. Just be careful. Just be selective. Don't be fooled, and vet your coaches, vet them. There's several criterion, but one of the things I always try to do if I was going to be working with coaches, I would say, how much do you make in voiceover
Alone.
right now? In voiceover
Just
alone.
voiceover.
Not coaching, not demo production, not anything else, but in voiceover alone, because you want to make sure that they can do what they're telling you.
that they're an
you
expert
can do.
in what they do.
So anyway, I just think sometimes about those things. I'm having a slow
Sure.
week, and I think it's connected a lot to what's going on in our world. And so,
Is that a pre-Todd's tip, or was that you jumping right into it? Because
no, that's just a
Okay.
I just thought
that's
that
a
was
little
a
Todd's.
pre-Todd's tip.
That's like a nugget, just a
Yeah,
little nugget of
yeah.
Todd's
Yeah.
tips, truth,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Todd's tangent.
Yeah, but we can get started with the podcast now officially.
Why don't we do that?
Hey, this is Bill DeWees, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast. As always, I'm Hudson. That's my dad, Todd, and we're going to talk about all things voiceover and a little bit more. This is our 18th episode, so we've got Cale Handel coming to talk about his brother's business,
Local
a little bit
guy.
about his life. We're going to have a taste test. We're going to have a surprise Barsness boy showing up, brother, and then we're going to have some fun later. So all of that to look forward to in episode 18. So why don't we get to what we usually do, some Todd's tips.
Yeah, so here are some Todd's tips. We've been in a series. I don't know where we're at in it. I'm not going to keep
I think
track.
it's the fourth one.
Is it the fourth?
Yep.
Okay. But Demond is going to show you again just kind of some asterisks of some things there, right there, Demond. Some things that we need to make sure that you understand that these are my do's and don'ts. They're not necessarily yours. Maybe some of them shouldn't even be yours because you're not the same age. You maybe aren't in the same situation, and maybe you just don't think like I think, and that's fine. You do your business the way you think you should, and I'll do mine. But these are some of the do's and don'ts that I do and don't. And so here's one for today. I do Fiverr. I'm on Fiverr as a platform. Now you might say, well, okay, big deal. So you're on Fiverr. Lots of voiceover talent are. Well, lots of them aren't. And Fiverr, you need to understand, is a little bit of an anathema to many voiceover artists. They highly dislike it. In fact, it borderlines hatred because of what Fiverr has, quote, done to the voiceover industry.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you can go out on the internet and YouTube and see all sorts of discussions about Fiverr and the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so I just wanted to tell you that I am on Fiverr. I remember first thinking about going on Fiverr, and people would say, you're going to get blackballed and you're going to do all these different things. You're not going to get a job once agents find out, all that. And so I did it anyway. But one of the things that they talk about is the fact that it's low paying and it hurts the voiceover industry. There's a low bar to entry. In other words, basically anybody with a microphone and the internet can hook up there on the internet and get on the platform. There's no cost, and you can do a gig and start recording and hopefully get jobs.
Well, and that's where I started my voiceover. I did start sending out direct emails, but I sent out to overseas and stuff like that, maybe India, places where they don't have as high of a standard as the United States. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. I started out over a year and a half ago. My business, my first job was, I think, off of Fiverr.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea of
Yeah.
what you can do to start as a new voiceover.
Yep. And that's what a lot of voiceover coaches now are encouraging. I shouldn't say a lot. Some voiceover coaches are encouraging newbies to just jump on Fiverr, because the bar, it's a low bar to entry. Other people, of course, would say that's killing the industry, causing the prices to go down and such. And so another thing is why people dislike it is it treats VO talent like a commodity instead of like the artists that they are. And it can also give the impression that voiceover is easy and so easy and cheap. I think the basic problem, I don't want to get too philosophical, but I've thought about it a fair amount and I've listened to the different arguments, and I think that the basic problem is between Fiverr lovers and Fiverr haters is how you view the VO industry in particular, and maybe just how industries work in general as a whole. Is it market driven, or is it more industry creative driven? Is VO a craft, an art, or is it a product or service? And I'm not saying that it has to be exactly one or the other, but the point being is I think that's where the two sides disagree on the philosophical side of things. So just a few things personally. I made almost $113,000 last year in Fiverr. Now, some of the naysayers say you can't make any kind of good money on Fiverr because for $5 jobs, they assume that you're doing $5 jobs all the time. Well, then you're going to end up, there's no way you can do 1,000 $5 jobs in a month. You just can't do it. But that's not what Fiverr's all about. You can work your way up the ladder if you will.
It's starting at $5.
Yes,
That's
it is, or $5 increments.
Yeah.
And so I made almost $113,000 on Fiverr last year, and I'm thankful for it. How could I not be thankful for it? However, it is with some concerns about Fiverr. I think I'm kind of a pragmatist. In other words, I think, okay, this is an opportunity for me to make some money. And I think things are industry driven, market driven. And so, but yet it's not without concerns. Here are some thoughts of mine, just 4 things. While Fiverr provides an entry level into VO, it can open the door for unprofessional, poor quality voiceover. No doubt that it can. And I think that can be a little bit of a problem. So that's one concern I have. Second, Fiverr itself as a company, I think they do some strange things sometimes, and it doesn't make sense, and it makes them look bad, I think, as a company. Third, I think Fiverr, and this is one of the main things, Fiverr is too customer-centric. Now, what I mean by that is you say, how can you be too customer-centric? Well, you also have to be seller-centric too, because you have people coming on there and you have to protect your sellers. But they don't do much of that, in my humble opinion. And so it's almost like the customer is king and a dictator, and you have no recourse, or not much anyway. Would you say that that's something?
That's been my experience. Yeah, I mean, there's just the customer is always right, even if they're trying to scam you. And there are those people on there that are just setting up an order to get you to send them the finished product, and then they'll say, "Oh, you sound like a robot. I'm going to cancel this now." Well, that really hurts your gig. I mean, the amount of weight that Fiverr puts on a canceled order or a poor review, not even a poor review, like a 4.5, it's like that's going to knock me down that much, and my impressions are going to change that much, and I'm not going to get in front of as many clients because of just that. Yeah. When you have a record of just, I mean, for you, way more than I do. But anyway, yeah, it seems to be overboard.
And I don't know of any industry, whether it's the restaurant industry or any other industry, where if you serve your customers well and they give you a tip, that then Fiverr comes in and takes 20% of that tip.
Yeah,
that was like
ridiculous.
I was just like, what? And I think I kind of understand why, and I won't go into that right now. But the point is that just seems to be like, I think that doesn't make you look good. It makes you look small. That said, once again, I'm thankful. I mean, how can I not be thankful for that kind of income? Lastly, and when you become a top-rated seller and you have a lot of return customers, I found especially last year that Fiverr is kind of a tiger by the tail. It starts to become such a big thing, and I didn't want it to be such a big part of my income stream. I want there to be voices.com, direct email marketing especially, and also Fiverr, and I'm trying to work into Upwork and maybe some other things like that. But it becomes so intense because you have a time clock and you have lots of delivery things, and so it just becomes quite a tiger by the tail, and you just have to be very careful that Fiverr doesn't swallow up all of your income streams. And here's the thing. I belong to some platforms, some groups, some voiceover groups, and they're bemoaning Fiverr right now because a lot of people put their trust in Fiverr, and I just would not do it. Now, am I hurt this year by Fiverr's kind of downturn, if you will? Yes, but not as hurt as some people who put all their eggs kind of in that basket. And I feel bad for them. I've been trying to warn people gently about that. Is diversify. And so I want to continue to do that. But the point being is I want to use Fiverr as one of my income streams, but not let it swallow it up completely. So anyway, I do Fiverr. You may choose not to. Maybe you don't like the platform. Maybe you think it hurts the industry. I choose to do it. And so those are my thoughts on Fiverr.
Well, thank you for that. Well, should we get into our numbers?
Yeah.
All righty. John's here on the couch, the lone couch potato.
Yep.
So
Just
we'll start out. We'll start out with VOMP. VOMP's numbers.
So we had 53 warm responses this week.
That's a big week.
Let me make sure your thing is good.
Is
You
it
want to
good?
talk? Sorry. Go ahead.
53 warm responses.
Wow, that's great. Yep.
All right.
I just wanted to hear the 53 warm responses again.
Yeah, I do too. We had 10 auditions and 4 jobs. And this week was, of the people that responded, was Ladies Week. So it was Jody Lebel, I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. Christine Brito. Times two.
So, okay, that's 3 jobs.
And I think it's okay to say there's maybe one hanging out there for her.
Okay, so we got a little one
and
there.
then Jennifer White.
4. Woo!
Hopefully, Mom can cut that out there.
Yeah.
Nah, no, he probably won't be able to. Then it'll sound weird.
We're just natural here. We're just what happens.
Yeah,
We cough,
I felt it
we
coming
swallow,
on, and I just want
we
to make sure I got
sneeze.
Jennifer White out there.
Yeah.
So 4, boy, it seemed like we had.
Well, he's not counting my 3.
Okay.
Obviously, and
my 1.
and your Juan.
So, I guess in all, then it would be, if my
8.
math, it'd be 8.
Yeah.
We had 8
So,
jobs
that
this week
reported, so.
via VOMP.
The point is these are all direct email marketing clients.
Yep.
So it's not like we're reporting any kind of other platform jobs or any of these are all related to our direct email marketing company, VO Marketing Pro.
Yes. Now, Jennifer's was a referral from you, but we consider those
Yeah, of course.
without VOMP.
Right.
Without Dad, we wouldn't have VOMP.
And we don't refer to people outside of VOMP.
Right. Yeah.
So
Right. Yep.
that's the benefit of being on it. So we just consider that a job, obviously, because that's from you, which you're associated and they get through being a part of VOMP. So
What you're saying is we have enough talent right now and good talent
Yes.
that I don't need to go anywhere else. When one of my clients says, "Hey Todd, we don't want to use your voice. We want a female voice or a Spanish voice or a different style male voice," I don't ever refer those to anybody outside of VO Marketing Pro. And this week, I just received, and I haven't checked with Andy, my assistant, yet where it came from. But a person out in Vermont who does audiobooks contacted me and said, would you be interested? We're going to really ramp up doing a lot of audiobooks. Would you be interested in doing them? And I just don't do them as of now. I haven't done them for about 9 years. I did 30 early on, but I don't do them anymore. But we passed that on to VO Marketing Pro, and one person has already booked a job,
Yep.
Jody, right?
Yep.
With an audiobook. And I know there are some other people on the hunt
Yep.
trying to get audiobook jobs.
Yeah.
So that's neat it just happened, I think maybe Tuesday. We got things around by Wednesday or so, and by Thursday, Jody had booked a job.
Yep.
A book.
Yep.
So that's great.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a good week. Thank you for all the work you're doing.
Didn't you say you had a conversation with one of the VOMP members?
Yeah. So Mike Prohibited, is that how you say it?
Mike
Prohibited.
Prohibited.
Mike
My
Prohibited.
apologies, Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
He called just because he had a question about an invoice thing, and so we talked about that, and then he was just talking about just what he's thinking about VO Marketing Pro, and it seems like a great mindset to have. It was an encouraging conversation because he gets it, long haul, and he's practicing the hybrid approach. He's been a little bit slow, like I think you're going to admit that you have been.
Yep.
And so he just finds emails and sends emails to people. And he said that, he says, I don't know if I'll get this exactly correct, but he said that, when you pay a company something, you expect kind of things to happen, or you expect magic to happen because you're paying them. But he just said that with you guys, he said that I'm paying you to multiply the amount of emails that are going out, and I understand that that's a process, and so it's a good investment is what he was saying, because I'm not expecting this to be a quick, now I'm paying such and such an amount each month for you to direct email market and to send out on my behalf, and all of a sudden jobs are just going to appear, because that's not what he's seeing with his own efforts necessarily.
Correct.
And so it's just a numbers game. We say it all the time, but it's good to hear somebody say it and just understand it and know that he's in it. It's nice to have a partner like that in Mike, because not everybody thinks that way. They think, well, maybe I'll try it for a few months, and that's just not a good fit, because you can go and do it if you just want to say you're going to try us for a few months and keep direct email marketing. Great.
Right.
Do that.
Right.
But direct email marketing is not going to be a quick turnaround. You might have a couple months where you don't get hardly anything back, but there might be, if you stick with it, there might be a few months where you might get a lot back, and then but you'll never know if you just say, well, I'm going to give it a few months.
Right.
And so Mike gets that. He's an encouragement to our team in that area. A lot of people in our group get that, but it's just nice to hear that. So,
Some people just don't get it. And I don't mean to be too harsh, but some people just don't get it. They just come here and they think, oh yeah, I'm going to pay right away. It's taken me a year and 3 months, like I said. And this is the biggest week I've had on the podcast.
Yep.
It's close to my biggest week I've ever had in voiceover, and it's thanks to direct email marketing. I've done it for a year and 3 months.
But you and I have talked about that. Many, many mornings we get up and have coffee together and talk before we start our days. And many, many mornings I've just said, just hang in there. And you, of course, have that encouragement, and you've seen my business grow, and other people don't have that as much. But that's what this is all about. We're trying to help you, whether you do it yourself or whether we do it. I would just say, maybe you're thinking, maybe somebody out there is thinking about VO Marketing Pro or doing direct email marketing. If you don't have a numbers game and long haul mentality, I would just encourage you to do something else, because you're going to be disappointed. You just are. 3, 4, 5 months. That's why we say consistently, when somebody gets a job in their first mailing or in their first couple of months, we go, hooray, because we say, are they going to be expecting that all the time? Because that's an anomaly.
Yeah.
It just takes time to get in front of people, stay in front of people, be there at the right time. And that's what you're finding.
Well, and they just don't get how much time it takes to send out one email on your own. And that's what's nice about Mike, is he's doing a hybrid approach. He's looking for it, and he understands, wow, I get what does he do? 200 emails, 100 emails?
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
For VO Marketing Pro.
With VO Marketing Pro, just sends it out. Takes 5 minutes for Joe or whatever. That's taken you years to build up, but he gets it like that.
Right.
And if some of these people that complain about it and stuff, if they were to take the time to go find, okay, email, Google search, put it in my spreadsheet, send out an email, how long that would take, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe
Make sure
when you got the right
Yep, make sure that it's a voice, make sure that they accept voiceovers, and that they do voiceover work, because you don't want to just be sending it out to some video production company that does only animation, and they don't do their animation doesn't include any voiceover. You want to make sure. So you have to search that, and then you got to search the contact and keep all that. So 15 to 20 minutes is what we say for one. So if you get 100, I'm not good at math, but you're saving yourself a lot of time. I guess that's the math that I'd have to do.
And your time is worth something. And if you have VO Marketing Pro doing it for you, then just like I always tell the story, a few falls ago, I was out on my, raking my lawn and stuff. And when you're your own business owner, you're always going, I should be doing something. I should be doing something.
Definitely.
Where marketing is then going on. I know that Andy, my assistant, every single day for 2 hours, he's sending out emails. He's digging for more companies. And it just goes on and on and on. And that's what VO Marketing Pro does. But in Mike's case, he gets it because he's in it for the long haul. Plus, he's targeting in a hybrid approach. Maybe doing character voices he's really good at. We had him on, right? I mean, we interviewed him.
He was a great interview.
Yeah. And so Mike's a good friend of VO Marketing Pro, and that's just an encouraging word. So thanks, Mike. We appreciate you, and glad you're part of the group.
Glad that you get it, too.
Yeah. And there's others, too. I mean,
he's not the only
honestly,
one.
we have
vast majority of great people.
Yep.
We do run into a couple, though, that they get frustrated, and it's like, you haven't put any time into it, really.
Right.
And it's like, if you were to put your own time into it, for you to send out 200 emails, first of all, you're sending out of a fraction of what you pay for yours, a fraction of it. And then you're not having to take all that time to dig and find and send out. And then can you imagine the whatever you want, the being rejected after spending maybe 2 or 3 days of actual hard work? Anyway, those are just the things that happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good. Well, thanks for sharing that about Mike Prohibited.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead or me?
I don't know. I should probably go ahead
Save the
because
best for last.
mine was low and yours was high.
Yeah, for me.
So my week started fast and then fizzled. I mean, today I think I made $150. This month will also be one of the lowest on Fiverr that I've had overall, and just over $20,000. I try to make $25,000 a month, which times 12 equals $300,000 a year. But with, tough economic times and such, I've had to make sure I don't lose my head.
Yep.
I tighten my belt a little bit, but not in marketing. Tighten my belt a little bit, but keep beating the bushes. That's my message for people and for myself. So my platform this week was $764, and direct email marketing was $2,734.45. So my grand total was $3,498.45. $3,498.45.
Still be a while till I beat you. But,
yeah, we'll see. I mean,
probably.
you're sneaking up.
I'm sneaking up, yeah. So I had 4 warm replies this week.
Oh, by the way, I had 4 or 5 warm replies and 1 job.
Okay.
Sorry about
Was
that.
that a new client, obviously?
Yeah.
So I had 4 warm replies, and I'll tell you a little story about one of them. So then I had 3 new clients this week. I won 2 auditions, and like I had said on some of the Facebook posts, it's nice to win a couple, and fortunately they were successive. And then I got another job today, which was one that I had gotten a warm response from, and I'd forgotten it was out there. And you said this would happen, when you're busy and stuff like that, you're sending out auditions, stuff like that, and you forget, I did an audition for that, and you win it. Well, that's what it was for this last one today that I got. I completely forgot that I had even gone back and forth with this person, and they said, we'd like to use your voice. And it's like, oh, awesome. And so I guess when it rains, it pours. So today, let's see here, 3 jobs.
From new clients.
And then I had 3 jobs on Fiverr. And then I did a little editing for you for a grand total of $1,470.
Say it again.
$1,470.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I mean,
30 away from 1,500, so that would have been nice.
And not to go on, but Hudson started a year and 3 months ago. And then the fall and winter came, which typically, especially if you haven't gotten much traction, it can be a real slowdown, which it was
Very
for you.
slow.
And December, I don't know if you hardly made any money. And then we went on vacation for a week around Thanksgiving. You kind of shut your business down. That's tough when you're pushing the boulder up the hill. Then you got really sick for almost a month and couldn't work. And then in May, I think it was, you went on a week's vacation, a planned one that you had way back with your buddy Lance. But the point being is now I think you're finally getting, that boulder pushing up. And again, next week you might find that you make $200 or whatever. But
I'm
you're
betting on it.
You're having what, a $1,400 week.
Yeah.
And what's your month like? What was your July? Do you have any idea? Were you at $3,000 or something like that?
I might be close to $3,000, which would end up being my best month. I think it was $2,200. I had one month last year, maybe in like September or October. I had a client that had 15 jobs that they sent my way, which was nice, but I haven't gotten anything from them, which is what it is.
And this is the whole reason why initially we started the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast, is because we wanted to continue to watch my journey and the ups and downs and what I do and what I think, but also Hudson's. And that's why we're in this process, is we're trying to show you that this can work if you just do the right things over and over and over again. This week is a big success. We'll find out next week what happens.
I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because plod along, be a plotter.
That's how I got to this point, so I'll keep doing that. Is that all you got?
Yep.
All we got? All right, next up, we have our interview with Cale Handel and talking about HandelBar performance. So join us for that. Hey everybody, it's Hudson here. That's Aaron. I'm over at HandelBar Performance, and you're watching the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. How about
Same
that?
exact
I
thing.
heard you started.
Oh, gotta be. He's probably watching live right now.
live stream.
Somehow he's tapped into
Yeah, we're
our-
gonna do that sometime. Do a
We hope
live
to.
stream.
That'd be
That'd be
fun.
cool.
From where our first,
HandelBar.
we're gonna do a remote
That would be cool.
at
That'd be-
HandelBar. Just the crowd would come.
Your
How
brother
hard
has
would
a
it be to
really
set up all
nice
that, though?
table too.
Oh, the table in the middle. Yeah, it's a super nice. Like, I don't even know what it's made of. It's like granite and it's like that thick.
Mhm.
I mean, it's super nice.
Was it there when he bought the building? Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like a podcasting table. Like that's
Yeah.
like you
Oh,
see
it's
other
perfect.
people and it's like throw a couple of those chairs on there and you've got a nice setup.
I wouldn't mind asking, and you might not know that, but I wouldn't mind asking as we go along about that building.
Mhm.
You know, if you know a history about.
I don't know much of the history about it. I know he rents it. It's owned by Denny Jacks.
Yeah.
So he owns it. Otherwise, I don't know much. I know it was always a car repair place or mechanic place?
Yeah, it was a gas station.
Oh, was
for many years it was a gas station, and they had a bay, or they have just one bay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one garage door.
Yeah. So Jimmy Olsen owned it, and then I think the Historical Society put a post out that had all of the owners there.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and there's been like 25 over the years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's hope Aaron stays there for a while.
Yeah. Does he think that will Denny ever sell it, or will Aaron not want
I
to?
never heard any mention of that. I mean, I would think if that's on the table, Aaron would probably look into buying it then, unless he ever planned on going somewhere else, expanding to a bigger building or something.
Yeah.
But I think for now, he's happy where he's at.
All right, welcome to the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. We've got special guest here, Cale Handel, who is
On the
a
couch.
friend of mine. Yeah, his brother runs HandelBar Performance, so he's going to be here to talk a little bit about that. So I guess we'll kind of have a little bit of a history of how I know Cale, how our families know each other, stuff like that.
One of the things
So-
we like to do is we have, and Cal knows this because Cal watches a lot. I mean, he's like one of our
He's
like one of our best viewers. Like there's 5
Him.
of them:
BJ,
Ruben,
Sally,
Morrill,
and us, I guess. We watch our own podcast.
over and over and over again. Yeah,
That's why it's got so many views. Huh?
that's exactly. Yeah.
It's always rolling in the background.
Yeah, but we like to have local people on, and you're representing your brother Aaron's HandelBar Performance shop and his business, and so we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But you wanted to talk a little bit about how you guys know one another, because you guys have known each other. I mean, you're not that old. You're both around 20. Are you 26 too?
Yep, 26.
As well. So, I mean, but you've known each other since middle school, right? Or even before that? You played baseball together for
Probably
sure,
Little
right?
League. We
Yep.
played Little
Yeah,
League and maybe even little basketball together when we were
Little.
real small.
It was a great
Yeah.
disappointment when you stopped playing basketball, Cal.
I know.
Just
I've
so
heard-
you know
I've
that.
heard
I wanted
it
to say
all.
that
I
on.
know.
Do you miss it at all? Did you miss it?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just never was quite into it like I was with baseball or football. And,
Yeah.
I just wasn't too disappointed when
You
I
were a
quit.
whale of a football player too. I mean, you played quarterback for Heights and
linebacker,
Linebacker, yeah.
tackling a lot and throwing the
Yeah,
ball.
they didn't
Two
put
great
me in as
things.
much senior year for linebacker. I think just being quarterback.
Yeah.
will
Keep you
me
safe.
That's what happens at a small school. You have to play both sides usually,
Yeah.
so that's the unfortunate part.
No, not to get off on a tangent, but Heights is an 8-man football because it's a tiny school. But when you played, it was 11.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
All 4 years.
All 4 years
Okay.
was 11.
And did you play quarterback all 4 years?
I think so. Freshman year, I did JV quarterback. I think sophomore year as well, and then also I think I suited up for varsity, but didn't actually play. Just kind of was there if they needed me as like a 4th string or 3rd string quarterback or something. But then junior year I was a receiver, and then senior year I was quarterback.
Were you? Do I remember right? Were you all conference? Or were you
Yeah, I got first team all conference my senior year.
in
quarterback.
At quarterback. Wow, nice. And then you guys played baseball growing up together, and I mean, you guys had a great baseball team culminating in the state tournament.
Yep.
Which we like to talk about that. I know that's been how many years ago now?
8
8 years ago, this summer, almost
June,
not that long ago.
June 19th.
Yeah, 8 years
2014.
ago. You played first base.
Yep.
And Hudson played third base and pitched a little bit. And you guys won the Division III
Correct.
state championship in baseball.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and your dad, Jason, coached you guys for a fair amount of years, right? He and Rod Howard together, summer ball, and stuff.
It was a combination of all of our, other than Brad. I'm not sure Brad, Curtis's dad, ever coached us really, but it was like you and Phil and Rod and Jason. I guess Will's dad didn't, because Will came when he was a freshman. But it was usually a combination of those guys.
Phil and I like to kid that they let us coach you guys when you were young, and then when it got serious, then your dad and Rod took over. When it's like, hey, come on, these guys are going to go somewhere, so we're going to get the real coaches in here.
And it makes it kind of cool because usually you don't have one of the same coaches throughout your whole up to high school. Usually you come into high school, it's a new coach you haven't seen, but Rod got to see us through youth all the way up to high school and to win the state championship. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
How many years did your dad coach you guys? Do you remember it all? Was it 3-4 years?
A couple of years when we were younger, and then summer ball, right?
Yeah, summer ball he usually did.
Mostly, like our senior Babe Ruth. I remember that especially. So
yeah, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Well, Cale and I go fishing together quite a bit. We've got that in common. We like to shoot guns. Just stuff like that
fishing.
that we've enjoyed doing. His family's got some property that has some ponds on it, and so we pond hop and
there's a lot of good fish there. I've seen Hudson catch a lot of trees. Some days more trees than fish, but
we like to call those tree pounders.
And you came in the door with bearing gifts.
Yeah.
And it was what again?
Venison bacon from Prim's from one of the deer I shot.
Very good stuff. I've had it before.
It's very good.
Here's and my wife Becky handed you some brand new chocolate chip cookies for you and your wife and kids. But what I was thinking we were going to try to do is have you eat them while you, because like recently, I said that maybe it would be good for us to eat, kind of just to make it relaxed. And I said, well, people should vote. And the people voted, voted and said, I don't think you should do that. Can you tell me, what were you thinking? I mean, we have you live and in color here. What were you thinking as far as?
I heard that and I just paused it right where it was. And I got to comment this right now. So I was like, no,
it was like your first reaction. You didn't even think about it.
No, I didn't. I think, it's just, I listen to podcasts a lot when I'm working or something. And it's one of those things you just hear someone eating and it takes your attention away from whatever else is going on. And all you hear is them eating. So I don't think I could do it.
Do other podcast people do some of them eat? I haven't watched.
Not usually, but every once in a while you get someone.
There should probably be a hint that if most like Joe Rogan and like the big ones, they don't eat on their podcast. So I should have probably figured that out and said,
and we're right there with those guys. We're almost there.
It's
just the eating. The eating is just the only thing that's keeping
you back. Otherwise you'd be right up there.
Yeah. So, well, what we do is we'll talk a little bit about HandelBar Performance, which is your brother does maintenance. Does he sell ATVs, UTVs, the whole 9 yards? What does he do?
If he gets some in for, someone wants to sell something, maybe he'll buy it from him. He doesn't currently do any getting new from a dealership or anything like that, but he will sell some if someone, is offering to give it to him. And otherwise, it's mainly just repairs. It helps that Mesa opened up recently to UTVs, ATVs riding around town, so people can just ride them on over there and drop them off and work on them. And I know he's been very busy, so it's good.
We talked to him the other night. He was at one of the baseball games that we were at in Black Earth, Home Talent, and he was saying that it's nice because he's like the only maintenance place around this area. There's Betesnik, there's what's the one in Reedsburg? Jay's Power Sports. So there's kind of a radius of nobody around there that does it. And so I would assume that people, instead of having to go there all the time, they come there, so he gets plenty of business. John's taking his moped there. Yeah. Deshaun brings his four-wheeler there. So it's nice to have somebody you know and trust around the area.
You don't have to put it on a trailer and haul it somewhere. That makes it a lot more convenient.
Yeah, that's what happened when we bought ours up in Reedsburg when Deshaun bought his four-wheeler. And we knew Aaron was going to be coming, so we were glad because they had to come down one time and pick it up, and then it's gone for a while. And I mean, he can just, if it's broken, he can just push it over there.
Yeah,
or we can pull it over there, so it's kind of nice.
You'll find something to pull.
Yeah,
You got enough
yeah,
people to push it
yeah,
over.
Yeah. So do they? Will he? Like, if you wanted to buy one, will he look for you, or is he kind of saying, no, I'm too busy maintenance wise and fixing things and stuff, I don't want to get into the purchasing and trying to look for things for people? Does he provide that service?
I currently don't know if he does do that or not. I just know some of the stuff that he's got there, it's pretty much someone's came in and said like, hey, do you want to buy this? And he'll sell it to someone, or someone will say, hey, can I sell this here? And can't think of the exact term. It's almost like you can get a commission from a little consignment, like you get a percentage off of it. So it's worth it for you to keep it there. But currently, he doesn't. I don't think he goes out of his way to find stuff, buy it, and sell it. But
because he's got a nice spot there, right on the highway, that people can, hey, can I sell this? Because it's right there,
right on Highway 14 or Commercial Street. They call it Commercial Avenue or something. Commercial Street, I guess. And what are his? Do you know his hours when he's open?
He doesn't work Mondays. He takes Sunday and Mondays off, and then I can't remember the exact hours. I want to say 8 o'clock is when he opens, maybe till 6, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday he works half day, I think till 1 or 12, but don't exactly.
Does he have Does he have his hours posted on his door?
Yeah,
we could probably go by and just take a picture
on Facebook as well too, because they do have.
We'll do that.
We can
post that here.
Damon can put them here. Right there, or right in front of Cal, right there.
There you go.
Right his hand. Perfect.
I'm looking forward to seeing that part.
Yeah, and maybe what we can do after is we can have you show the merchandise. Because I heard Aaron said that he has some shirts.
Yeah,
maybe.
He's got hats, sweatshirts, T-shirts like this, so they're nice. Yeah. I'm always repping something. If it's not this, I got the hat on too.
I was going to ask if you have those, if you have some merchandise that we could purchase so that we can wear it once in a while, because that's one of the things we're trying to do with our local segment here, is to talk about the different businesses in Mazo. And so, we've got these aren't actually from Mazo. They're a friend of ours that has voiceover. But, if we can do something with our very huge listenership, viewership, then we'll do that. But I'm trying to think if there's other questions with regard to the HandelBar, or maybe there's something you have in your mind.
Well, we could maybe talk a little bit about your grandpa and Kinchy side. Mm-hmm. They obviously have the farm out there, and they did mint. Yep. They farmed mint. Do you know a little history about that and stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't remember it being like from when I was young, that them doing that. I think they stopped that before I was there. Hence the name of the road is Mint Road that it's on. Speaking of which, somebody just stole the sign off the other day. Someone drove by and took the Mint Road sign off the top. So
where was that located? I mean, not that everybody would know.
Right by it's the intersection of where Rochek Road goes by it. Yeah, so someone took the stop sign.
So that's how you say that road name. It's Rochek, not Raychek or Raysick.
Yep. I think I'm not positive, but there's someone called Frank Rochek around there. I don't know if it's based off that, but they used to do minting for a while. I think it's kind of one of those things, high risk, high reward. You get a bad year of frost, you lose a lot of money in one night or something, because I think mint is it's not good with some of that stuff. Yeah, it's fragile. So.
I always thought that was interesting, because I went up to your grandpa's like office thing that he has there, where you guys do the reloading and stuff like that, and I never knew that they did mint out there, and you handed me a vial and stuff like that, and I can't remember what you said, if you were like
I think if you were to drink it, it would probably burn right through you, because it's some of that mint extract. I mean, it's very strong, and I mean the amount they'd use I think they used to sell it to Wrigley, Wrigley gum.
No, really.
So if you were to use some of that, I mean, it's a very small amount they put into a piece of gum. So I think
did they process it right there?
Yeah,
I mean, you said you had a vial of it.
We have a building there that we refer to as our mint building, where they used to do a lot of that stuff. Couldn't tell you the process of it, but large equipment for processing.
Wow, I didn't know that. Huh. Yeah. And how long have they owned that property? Do you know? I mean, was that Raychek's farm?
No, it was my grandpa's father's farm.
It was, okay.
Yep. So he owned it. I don't know how long since, but I mean, before my grandpa was born, I think. He used to live in Baraboo, and I think he would just drive there most days, and then My grandpa ended up building on the farm there and has just been working there, and it's now.
You come from I wouldn't mind asking you what you do for a living in a moment, but you kind of come it kind of hit me. You come from a little bit of a line of entrepreneurs.
Yep.
Because your grandpa is an entrepreneur and your dad has his own company.
Yep.
Now Aaron has his company and you'll be starting.
Who knows, man? I got to think of something.
Got anything in
cool.
mind or not?
Not quite yet. I don't know. Right now, I think I'll just coast and work, and as the family's building, just take her easy and safe.
Yeah. And what do you tell me? You're an engineer.
Yeah, so I'm an electrical engineer. There's a place called Trocty in Oregon. It's like 50 minutes from here, so kind of a long drive. But yeah, essentially what Trocty does is they make like metal enclosures, and I don't want to call it like a small metal enclosure, but essentially it's a building, and then it'll house, other companies' electrical equipment in it. It might go to a power grid,
Oh.
A lot of the stuff we do is for like renewable energy grids where they got to put all their large scale, high voltage equipment inside. And, it's just, we make a big building to house it with, different control things for ventilation and all that stuff. So it's nice. And I design the electrical for it. So.
How many engineers do they have, electrical engineers there?
I'd say probably 6 or 7.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
And how long have you worked there? Because you're recently a grad of an engineering school, Platteville, UW Platteville, right?
Yeah, so I've been there a year and a half now. So it would have been 2020 when I started working there. 2021.
Right before that, maybe?
So basically, I got hired there before I graduated because my last semester I was just taking one class, and that was during COVID, so almost everything was online. So I had one class that was online, and then I was working during that. So
those were the good old days.
Yep. It was kind of nice having school online. Didn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a wife and 2 daughters?
I have a
or
wife
one on the way?
and a daughter that's a year and a half, and then I have a daughter that's due in, if I say a week, she'll probably come tomorrow. So in a weekish is we're thinking. So due date was August 6th.
Oh, so maybe when this plays, this airs, you'll have
father
daddy
times
twice.
2.
Yeah.
And Aaron actually just had his son.
He's an uncle now.
Last week. So
wow.
yes, I am.
Congratulations. Growing up fast.
I know.
And his name is Bridger.
Yep. Bridger.
Aaron's son is Bridger.
Interesting name. We looked it up
Yeah.
to see. I didn't know if it was a boy or girl right away. Mm-hmm. So I thought, I'm going to look it up. Now, maybe other people use Bridger for girls, but it said that it was like it had British origin of a male's name. So, and I thought Aaron said that it was a boy. So I thought, I'm not good with that stuff.
Yeah,
so,
and they did wait to find out till they had it. We couldn't wait that long. We're not patient enough. I wish I could say we were, but they waited. So it was exciting.
And will the girls eventually, you have a house that's big enough to have 2 different rooms for the girls, or will they share a room?
Not
as they're
currently.
growing up?
We're trying to look for houses, but the market's not the most fun time to look for it, or even a lot or land to build on.
Yeah,
but
it's a tough.
It's real tough
It's a
to
tough
find
time
out for right now.
Yeah. There's one story that sticks out in my mind, and you guys will have to help me if you remember this. I hope I don't bomb on it, but where your mom and dad live, up on top of a hill, there's a country road that goes there, and when you were graduating, you remember the story?
I know what you're talking about.
You guys, your senior year, had life-size, pictures in your baseball uniform. I can't remember yours.
Yep.
You might have had your bat on your
Like for
shoulder or
senior
something.
night, those posters.
Yeah, they were
Life
basically
size,
life
yep.
size. And for your graduation party, you had it sticking out there, but I don't think it was your graduation party yet. And we were on a little bit of a ride, some of us, and I think it was John and Drew, and they should have been plenty old enough to figure that out. And they drove by your driveway and thought that was you, and they waved. Right?
At his portrait.
At his portrait.
With
your
his
life-size-
jersey on,
yeah,
his bat in
like
his
you
hand.
stand out there all the
game
time.
today?
What is he
You're
posing for?
So proud of your state tournament that you just stand out there anytime people for
"There's
well-wishers.
Cal."
Yeah, it was a strange thing.
So
Yeah.
was he disappointed I didn't wave back, or did it take him a little bit to realize it was
He realized, I think, after he thought,
He's a,
why was Cale in his jersey?
Yeah, I don't think it took him long,
Yeah.
but it was just that initial, gotcha type thing.
I probably wouldn't have told anybody I did that.
No.
Well, he couldn't
there
help
were
it. We were in
witnesses.
there.
Oh, there
Yeah,
were.
witnesses,
You guys
so-
were there, so you witnessed it.
We tease him quite a bit about that.
You got a little something else for us?
No, I think that's a funny story.
No,
I like to tell that story. What's that?
That wasn't a joke.
Oh.
I thought you had some would you rather
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Oh boy.
We did this with BJ and William the last
We'll
time.
put you on the spot, but Hudson hasn't heard them either yet. Sorry, I got to use my old man glasses here. So have you ever heard these would you rather stuff?
Yep, I'm familiar with them.
All right.
We're not cavemen here.
Well, I hadn't heard about them until I started looking
yes,
them
but-
up, so I am a caveman. Okay, so we'll just do two. Here it is. You can have a moment to think about it. Would you rather swim with sharks or spend the night in a forest with mountain lions? Would you rather swim with sharks? I'm taking it maybe in night because they say that, the night in a forest with mountain lions. Would you rather swim with sharks for a night, I'll say, or spend the night in a forest with mountain lions? What do you guys think?
I think I'm going with the mountain lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? What first comes to your mind?
I first of all hate sharks, and at least it may be night, so you probably can't see the mountain lions coming. But sharks, you really have no idea. You're just kind of waiting.
Well, and are you in a cage with the sharks or are you swimming? Because I'm not a great swimmer. I'd tire out fast. And I'd be
You're
done.
not treading very long.
I'm
Shark
at least on land. I can try to climb a tree
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Neither one sounds fun, but
Yeah.
I'd have to agree. On land with mountain lions, I don't like sharks at all.
Now we've had some. Have we had mountain lions, cougars?
Yeah, they've
supposedly.
been
Been a
around.
sighting out here, like at your grandpa's farm. Have you ever heard of a bear, a
No,
stray
but
bear, or a mountain lion or something
We
out there?
did what we believe have one black bear on camera
Okay.
up in our hunting land in Merrimack. It was just kind of the tail end of it, and it looked like a bear. We showed many people, and they all thought it was too. And we heard of someone close by there that got a mountain lion on camera. But
Scary.
yeah, they'll come around.
I did an audiobook one time about these sailors that got lost at sea and then they were out in a deep. And something about swimming, even if you can swim, there's something below that you
Yeah.
can't see. You might not see a mountain lion coming on you, but being in the water and having things around your legs and your torso and stuff, I'm with you guys. I would say,
Yeah.
no way. I don't think
I've never been a big fan of the ocean.
No.
Just not big with sharks.
Yeah.
Have you heard that fact that we know more about outer space than we do about our oceans?
That sounds about right.
That's a scary thought. It's like,
yeah, and I've seen videos of showing the size comparison of the depth of the ocean to things like the Eiffel Tower and Empire State Building, and it's insane.
Isn't the largest mountain range underneath?
I think
in the
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just had that with the Alaska thing that we were
That
doing.
was the debate on was that the below sea level thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
This guy.
He
Yeah,
is
well,
right
I
on
know
there.
it all.
He remembers more about our podcast than we do. He's a
He's a true
father-son historian. He's
Backer.
a historian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do one more. Okay, this is for your age, guys. I'm like, well, I would know what I would want, definitely.
Okay.
Would you rather live without a gaming console or without a smartphone?
Ooh.
Would you rather live without a gaming console or without a smartphone? Think that over now. It's easy
That's
for me.
tough. I'd probably have to take the smartphone just because it's so useful now. When I was in school, you could use it for school. For work, I can use it for work. Directions.
Yeah.
I'm not about to go back to the day people printed out maps and bring it with them, and so you got to turn
Yep,
after this.
yep. Unfolded maps, yep.
Yeah. I like video games, but with having to have my business and stuff like that and going away places, it's nice to have, I went camping just this week in Governor Dodge and I had some service. Mm-hmm. So that was nice. I was, some
You're
of
able
my
to work a little
people
bit,
were,
yeah.
technically I can at least get back to people and say, hey, this is where I'm at, instead of it just being, kind of a dead zone. So I'd have to go with a smartphone as well.
Any idea what I would choose?
You would probably choose a smartphone because, my dad's had an injury because of video games.
Injury from video games.
He is.
Never heard of that.
It's intense. So we got this game. It's called Gang Beasts. It's kind of a.
It's very simple.
It's not, and it's not a
rudimentary.
well-known game. I don't
Yeah.
know where Joe found it, but there's like you can be like 4 of you, and it's like not like zombies, but they're like these big oafs that come out, and you have to knock them out and then throw them off a building. Well, my dad, he hurt his thumb because he was jamming at the Xbox controller too hard, and he went through like 3 controllers. He ruined 3 controllers.
He's one of those guys that if it's like a racing game,
Yeah.
you're moving
No,
with
that's
it.
exactly
to
what I
see
was
it.
saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And
I'm
that's
like
my mom,
this,
too.
and you're doing this number, and I was pressing so hard because you want to punch harder
Yeah,
and stuff
you're
like
like,
that.
I think if I press this
Exactly.
button harder, it's
Yeah.
going to work better.
You're murdering the controllers.
yeah,
You
but
try to play any other game and it doesn't work anymore.
I was there when my cousin, who's 3 years older than me, got a Pong game, the first Pong game, with that, and it was just a thing that you just did like this on a television, on
Just
an
the
old
bar
black and
going
white
back and forth.
Yeah, so I mean that was video games when I was young.
Anyway,
So,
yeah.
there you have it.
Dad could live without video games because it's injury. I mean, it's caused you hardship.
I'm on the injured. They'll ask me once in a
We
while if
haven't
I'm
played
coming back,
since.
and I say I can't. I can't do it. I'm injured. I'm on the injured reserve. Probably forgive
the controller a
You'll
break.
snap my thumb every once in a while because it's locked. It's like it's dislocated or something. It's locked in place.
It's interesting. I just didn't think that you could
That's never
physically hurt
happened.
yourself.
That's never happened to
I think you
anybody
might
else.
be the
Cal.
first.
Yeah, exactly. That people have had eye problems because of so much gaming. They get hurt their neck and their back because they're hunched over or intense. For me, it's a thumb injury.
Yeah, I could see the virtual reality ones because the people, put on the goggles and,
Jump
there's
through a
something they have to
window.
jump and they physically leap forward. So I hope they don't get one of those because you might be injured more on one, something like that.
We'll stay
They'll
away
never
from
let
that.
me
Yeah, he'll stay off of those ones.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Cal, for
Yeah.
taking the time this afternoon and have to keep us in the loop about baby number 2. And we will keep, some of your information with HandelBar Performance, and maybe hopefully when Aaron watches this, listens to it, maybe he'll want to be on at some point.
Yeah,
He'll want
He'll be
to be
amazed
part
at
of the
this
couch.
He'll
Let's
just be
no
ready to-
pressure, Aaron. No
Yeah.
pressure at all. Just
He can come on. You can come with him, and you're the talker of the two.
Yeah.
I take it. You're the most outgoing.
I don't know. He'll be the one that usually talks more, but who knows? Maybe podcast wise, maybe I will.
Yeah, we'll get stage fright or something. But and we'll look to try to get some of those and wear one of those things or a hat in the next few podcasts.
Yeah, I'll need to wear a hat because I don't got any
tough.
hair. Sorry, I blinded everyone. So
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thank you
Appreciate
guys
it.
very much for having me.
Yeah.
I enjoy listening to the podcast. So
well, thank you.
I
We
don't know if I
appreciate
can listen to myself talk though on it.
That is sometimes a hard thing to do is listen to, like with voiceover, you hear your voice. Man, that doesn't sound any good.
I couldn't do it.
You're your worst.
You're usually picky, most picky of yourself.
Hey, to throw in a short story quick, in school there was a project we had to do my last semester where essentially we recorded a whole like presentation, and then during class they just played that recording. And when it came up to the section where I was talking, I just turned the volume off on my computer because I just didn't want to listen to it. It was just that uncomfortable for me. So I don't know if I could do voiceover.
No, you've done very well.
Yeah.
You did well today.
Thank you.
We're really glad to have you.
And
Thanks.
hopefully
for
we'll have
spending
you
the
on
time.
again.
Yep.
I mean,
ready to come back anytime.
all right, great. All right. All right, welcome back to the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. We've got a special guest over here, Joseph from VOMP, Joe from VO Marketing Pro,
You can only see half of this.
and he's trying to be funny, but it's not working. And right now we have a taste test. We're trying to do this just about once a month because we don't want to be doing too much eating on the podcast since our one listener, Cale, didn't want us to.
I think it's kind of interesting. Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I think it's kind of interesting that the podcast that Cale is on the couch, the interview, is the one that I've chosen to have.
That's true. It's a little bit protest
it's kind of
to
a-
him.
it's kind of a
just a
silent
shot at you,
protest.
Cale. So hopefully you continue to watch. Anyway,
So anyway, this is our third taste test. The first one was, remember?
chicken
Chicken
tenders.
Tenders by
Wings.
Demand. The second one was Coke products.
Yep.
And the third one is little crackers. Now, Demond is
CHEEZ-ITs,
going,
to be more specific.
Yep. Demond is going to show us a picture of all 5 boxes right now, Demond, so people can see what we're going to be taste testing and seeing if we know which is which. Now, we've got water bottles. I asked Johnny to bring water bottles so that you can cleanse your palate if you want to. And what we're going to do is we'll move along fairly quickly, but I'm going to hand you out of this. There are 5 bowls representing the 5 boxes, but they're not in order.
Oh,
On
smart.
the bottom of the box is the corresponding number
Okay, good.
to this.
Good.
You understand?
That's smart.
Got it.
So here is number 1.
Do you want to show it to the? Or go ahead.
You need to then look at the box. You can take a couple if you want, if you think you need it.
Don't need it.
I'll take a
By the
couple,
way,
man.
John's
We're
really
being
good
offered.
at these. So
No.
let's.
Wait. No, I got 3 out of 5 I think last time.
Thanks.
So
Not bad.
not bad.
Okay, so go ahead
2 wrong.
and taste
Okay.
it, and then you can see here,
See, John's got the idea.
if you need me to move this at all, this is a mystery cracker.
Okay.
This
I've been here
is
before.
extra toasty Cheez-It. This is a dual box, but there will be just the jalapeno one.
Oh, okay.
And then
I didn't get a pen.
there is
I got
the
mine here.
original, and then finally there's the white cheddar. Are you still picking me up, Mike's side?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is everybody written it down?
Not
I
yet,
haven't-
just
I didn't
wait.
get a pen.
You didn't get a pen.
Yep.
It was.
I'm right here. I'm right here. We can share.
There was one right down there.
Oh, I found
there
it.
is. There it is.
I don't have anything to write on now.
You have the paper to write on.
Yep, I'll try.
You need something?
So this is number 1.
Dad's all over the camera.
You gotta
That's okay.
figure out. Sorry.
You're all right.
You got to figure
Yeah,
out.
I already
which
I already
box.
know what it is. Don't look at my answers, please.
I'm just kidding.
Number
okay.
2.
Dad
And here's
can't-
number
Dad
2.
can't handle a joke.
There you go.
Those are good.
Bruce taking 2.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
These are 2. Oh,
Yeah, look,
Don't take the orange one. That's not one that's supposed to be in there. Just take the yellowish ones.
That wasn't
Got
supposed
it?
to be in there?
No, because they're a dual thing.
So this one?
You just told us.
Well, that's because you're.
Oh, I wonder what that one is.
Well, we're supposed to have both of them if they're duos.
No.
I thought they were gonna get
one
an-
of them is an overlap.
Yeah, don't be looking in there, Drew. Get off
What
your
am
high
I
seat.
I planned this out perfectly.
Drew's
Get
the
off your
king
high
of
seat.
ruining
Found
these
a hole
things.
in it,
Yes,
but
he always
created a
does.
hole in it by-
Yep.
I tell you what, it's not
Drew's
going
the
as a
king of
plan.
that.
Did you write it down?
Drew is the king of that.
Yep.
He
Here's
can't.
oops.
I don't know what I'm tasting
no,
there.
no,
I was trying
no.
to take 2.
It's a little
Yeah,
umami.
not in order. Where's 3?
It's underneath.
There it is. There's number 3.
Real high tech
Take 2 if you want.
program going on
So I
here.
can take 2 of these.
Yep.
Those aren't a dual one, Drew.
Yikes.
I want to get a full one.
All right. That's number 3 of the taste test.
Tough.
Somebody should be kind of.
Easy.
somebody
I should be drinking
kind
some
of
water.
talking Through it.
Problem is, I don't want
What
to give
do you
anything
think,
away.
Joe? What do
I
you
don't want to
think?
give anything
I
away.
haven't. I
that's
was just cleansing my palate there.
Joe's all about the palate cleanse.
Because I know the answer and I just don't want to give it
Can
to
I have
anybody.
another one of those, please? I got one right here.
Here, I don't
from
need
Joe.
that one.
Whoa, those are tough hands to be taking them from.
No, the problem was
All over. The
I still
place.
had the taste of the other 2, and I forgot I had water,
Here's number 4.
which is real dumb. But
Oh, I got a feeling about these already.
Is it jalapeno? Is it original? Is it white cheddar? Is it extra toasty?
I think it's
or is
cheddar
it the
jack.
Mystery.
Yeah, I think it's cheddar jack.
I'm tasting cheddar. I'm not getting any of the jack.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'll take 2, please. Yes, thank you.
Oh no.
There you go. I have a little snack of that.
That's tough.
Why is that tough?
I
Why
know
is
why.
I think it's similar
I know
to the
why.
extra toasty.
No.
What I thought was the extra toasty.
Maybe we need Toasty to come on here and let us know what's
He's extra toasty.
extra toasty.
He's just toasty.
Toasty. Inside joke.
Is there any way that I could get the fourth one again?
Yep. Anybody
Fourth man in the flame.
Nope.
I'll take one and 5. Whatever.
I feel like you're whiffing.
I've locked in my answers.
I feel like you're whiffing Major League on the one.
Well, when my perfect score comes up,
Okay,
then
here's
we'll
one.
see how much I whiffed.
Here's one.
Okay.
Here's
And this is 5. Okay.
I've got my answers locked in.
4.
I would like 4, please.
Is that 4? Yep.
I was looking at the consistency of them both.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Okay. So
Okay. Yep. I feel better. I feel better about that now.
Yeah, do you? That's good to hear.
If everybody gets perfect scores, let's mark it down though that I only had one of each.
I have had only one of each.
Let's just make
It
sure.
takes
I
steps.
mark
That
it down.
doesn't matter a bit.
I lied. I had
That
two
doesn't
of the
matter
other
a
one.
bit.
It does matter.
It's part of you. You're allowed to have as many as you want to.
you need some more?
No, I don't. I'm just gonna make it one done. That makes
What
it
if you
more clean.
don't? What if you don't get any of them
More
right?
Clean.
And
Huh?
you wish you would have
That's
had
fine.
to.
At least I have clean conscience that I just
Oh,
did.
wow.
So
I'm worried about my
We're gonna
clean
start
palate
out-
personally.
we're going to take this one. This is a mystery cracker. Mm-hmm. Well, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it this way.
I thought you had this all planned.
This is the mystery cracker. Can you see that? There.
It should, yeah.
Mystery cracker. And which one did you put down as the mystery cracker, John?
5.
What?
4.
Mystery cracker.
Mystery cracker was 5.
It is
Extra.
4.
Okay. Well then I
And
got 2
mystery
wrong.
cracker is
That's an off-brand. That's
Original.
an off-brand.
It's extra toasty.
That's an
It's
off-brand.
garbage.
Can't
Well,
get
that's
to-
Clover Valley.
Clover Valley.
That's an off-brand.
Clover Valley.
I stink.
Plus 1.
That's the mystery.
That's why I had to have it again because I had to look at the consistency of it.
Yep.
Did you get that right, Joe?
All right. Here is extra toasty. Which one did you say, Johnny?
1.
1?
I had that as 1 as well. That was extra easy.
I had it as number 1 and as number 5 because I thought maybe you put them both twice.
What?
Yeah.
Because they look the
Because
same.
they have 5 boxes.
So you
and
got
put-
both of those wrong.
twice.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, of course you did.
No, I didn't.
You can't put 2.
No. So I got one of them right.
Well, it cancels out one.
Yeah.
I could have put.
It
I-
cancels
yeah.
out.
Oh.
It
I could
cancels
have put.
out.
I could have put extra toasty on all of them.
I
So
thought
it
you put 2.
Still doesn't
I
mean
thought
that
you
I
put
don't-
2 answers
He
on it.
basically didn't give himself a chance.
Hey, remember, CHEEZ-ITs, we don't argue over CHEEZ-ITs because it should make us happy.
This is a joke.
Anyway, it's number 1.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
I thought what he was trying to do.
1 for 1.
Because they look the same.
Okay.
That number 5 was extra toasty.
All right, this one I
The
gave away
mystery
because
box.
Drew.
That's what I thought.
And this was
Number 2.
number 2, the jalapeno.
I'm not sure why that's
jalapeno.
my fault.
Oh, I got that
See,
right. What am I
well,
doing?
You get a
So,
cheese. You
here's
get
the
a
thing.
cheese it. You put 2 in there. It's like, well, duos. There's only one option.
Because one is cheddar, which is basically the original.
It's cheddar jack though.
Okay, yeah, but the point being is I chose not to
Hey,
do
don't-
that. and
don't-
you were naughty.
Drew, don't fight with the cheesemaker.
So has everybody gotten? Is Drew the only one with?
I
Yeah,
got 3
have a
right so
score.
far.
Probably had the perfect score.
I think you got the perfect score on the Coke, didn't you?
Yep.
All right.
I did.
Okay. Here is the original.
Yep.
So I
Which
guess I'm
number,
winning
Johnny?
then.
5.
5.
No.
Which
I
you-
said. Yeah, I said. No, I said original. I said 4. So that's why I
Okay.
got wrong.
And what did you say?
It's 5.
How about you?
I said extra, whatever, because I thought number
Toasty.
4 was the
Toasty.
original.
But
What about you?
That he's talking about the original.
Which one did you say?
I know that, Joe. You said the same thing.
I said number 4.
Okay, so you got that wrong too.
Yeah,
So Drew-
but I just
That's
didn't,
just
I
4.
didn't. I
That's-
answered the question.
4.
And this one should have been a kind of an easy one.
Sorry.
This is number 3, and what is it, Hudson?
That's my favorite. That's white cheddar.
White cheddar.
That's number 3.
Yep.
Those I could eat
And what about you?
a whole box
Joe?
of those.
That's number 3. I said.
Okay, so let's quickly. How many did you get?
3
Johnny?
out of 5.
3 out of 5. 5
It's just
out of
one
5?
taste each time.
I wasn't technically wrong because
2 out of 5.
because
Wish you would have gone back
no,
in now.
No.
I wasn't technically wrong
bother me.
because the off-brand was original. Those are original. They're just the
Not
off-brand
original.
version
Cheez-It.
of original. So I wasn't technically wrong, but
How many did you get?
I got 3 out
3
of
out
5.
of 5. And what did
Yeah.
you get?
I got 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Okay,
Yep.
so Drew, you get to choose which box you take home as the winner.
I'm gonna get toasty.
You like the
Clover
toast?
Valley?
I like the toasty.
Clover Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that goes to the loser.
Well,
Extra toasty. I like those too.
Oh, well, you can have them. I don't
No,
care
no,
for.
no,
I
no.
mean, I
Winner
don't.
goes
Gives
to
the
Cheez-Its
second one
are
to Hudson
fine, but
because he
look at that.
supposedly.
Hey, look at that too.
Which one do
Extra
you want?
toasty.
I only got. I
yes.
was 3 of 5.
White
These
cheddar.
guys.
White cheddar.
He
do
gets
you
white
want?
cheddar.
I'll take white cheddar. I like white cheddar.
Joe, You're the newest member here, so.
I'll just be unselfish and I'll just have the Clover Valley.
You could have had original.
Johnny?
I'll have the duo.
Nice.
Duncan?
That means I get the original.
You can have
Nice.
a toasty if you want. You're gonna enjoy that more than I am. I don't know if I like cheese too much.
We're blurry.
What happened?
Put your hand in front of it. There you go.
There you
There
go.
it
There
is.
you go.
Now we're back.
I
Whew.
hope that one was okay.
We'll-
Well, that's our
we'll-
third taste test.
we'll
so
find out.
chicken
fun.
wings or chicken tenders, Coke, and now Cheez-It. I've got a plan for next month already. It's going to be a little bit expensive,
Ooh, who cares?
but the podcast
Well, with my
so-
big month, I'll help you out.
Okay,
Huge.
sounds good.
Too bad I had COVID on that.
I didn't shake on that, did
on the chicken taste testing. I could have been 3 for 3.
I don't think we did any competition though. I think we
That's
just
true.
talked about it.
True.
We were just hungry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's
Thanks
it for the taste
participating.
test.
Joe, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe's going to be back for our fun part right after this.
Yep.
Hey guys, this is Joe from VO Marketing Pro checking in. You are watching the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast.
Let us know what's up, Drew.
Okay.
How are we
Is,
doing on the?
We've got 3 couch potatoes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now
Can you
you're
hear
gonna eat,
Joe?
huh?
I'm going to put it over to Joe.
Can you hear
You're
me?
going to eat now, aren't you?
Joe.
That's scary.
Joe.
Let's see if I can fit on this couch.
Okay,
Sorry
we got
for Dad's eating.
Does not care.
Okay, a couple of announcements.
Oh. I thought
on.
I was going.
You'll get your turn.
Okay.
A couple of announcements. Commitment from Scott. I think his name is Joe Hannick.
Okay.
He and his partner run the 1855 Coffee House. He is a go to come on and be interviewed.
Nice.
So we're setting up times. His people are working with our people. We're trying to work on a date. Scott's very busy. He's a real estate agent, 1855 Coffee House, helping other businesses down in Mazo. And so, like I said, we're trying to get the correct papers signed and all of the things signed off and things like that. Mel Yasik and Jeff, who is a Packer fan Hall of Famer.
This year.
He lives currently reigning.
Yep.
And he lives just a stone's throw away, right across the street from us. He's going to come over. Mel and Jeff, they have already signed on the dotted line. We're just finding a date. And that's it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
My announcements.
2 quick announcements. We
PSA.
appreciate that. So, couple odds and ends here. I decided to go back to this day in history.
All right.
So we've got July 29th, 2022, which is a Friday. And also we have some weird California laws because we didn't get those in.
From last week.
And
There
then
might be a couple
finally,
weird ones.
Yep. And then finally we have, as per usual, a couple fun holidays. Holiday.
So much fun packed into
So
just.
we got three kind of, odds and ends. We're just kind of all over the place because we missed the California weird laws that from last week.
All right.
So because we just had too much going on.
we
too much
can't
fun
put
going on.
put more than too much fun in one segment.
Very true.
We got to shave some for later.
Yeah, and we're gonna start right now.
Okay.
So today in history, in 1030, I think that's probably how you say that date. The Battle of Stiklestad. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Norwegian King Olaf II was killed trying to reclaim the throne. This is one of the most famous Norwegian battles, which is a little strange because, that was 1,000 years ago. They have not been fighting at all. That's the most famous one that they have. They have to go back 1,000 years.
Being Norwegian, I don't know if they actually wrote down their history too. Might be somebody else having to remember us Norskies, because all the Norwegian jokes that we have.
Yeah.
Like how many Norwegians does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to hold the bulb and 2 to turn the ladder, those types of things.
Yep.
So maybe that's it. Maybe they just didn't remember to write it down or something.
Yeah.
Like
Am I
the
getting in
recipe for
trouble?
rice.
No.
With the
Not
Nor- If you're Norwegian, like we are, sort of, we're not really Norwegian that much. We're probably more German
Probably.
because, well,
We just our
well,
last
our last name is Norwegian. Yeah,
Same last name.
but we're probably more German. Anywho,
We'll get to that in the
Wow.
genealogy
All right.
episode.
yep, we'll have a genealogy episode.
So it's 10:30. Battle
Okay.
of Stickelstead.
And that was that
King
Norwegian
Ole, huh?
against Norwegian?
King
What's that?
Ole.
Count Olaf.
Was that a civil war?
Was
Is
that
that
a
what you're
civil
saying?
war?
I would guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Because
See-
he was reclaiming the throne. I don't know that though. It's possible that because sometimes there are other kingdoms, other nations that held the throne of certain countries.
Was he
But we're one nation
before
under
he
God.
was before he was a king? Was he count?
Count Olaf.
He was Count Olaf.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Here's what our plan is. Here's what our plan is. Our plan is to get another microphone.
Okay.
And right over there, Joe's going to sit with that little
Yep.
table
They're gonna have to give
with
him
a
a camera,
computer.
too. Yeah.
Yep, and
We're
a
gonna try to
computer.
get a TV up here.
Yeah, and,
So
and
we
a
can
computer,
react
and
to
he's
stuff.
going to be, like he can look up. Was that guy really a count? Well, he wasn't, of course.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
'Cause aren't
I think
counts-
that's kind of how you go in the steps. I think count. and
I think he was just
like
Olaf,
lieutenant or
and then it's
something like
count,
that,
and then it's king. Yeah.
I don't think any
I
of
think
that's
there's just
true.
three
Aren't
levels.
counts just like German
I don't know.
or Austrian?
We're getting out. We're getting outside of
That's
any,
why
any
we
sort
have to
of-
have Joe right over there with a computer. Boom. He's
Boy.
looking stuff up for us.
Yeah.
That's our plan.
and hopefully,
And then we
I don't
won't
know
be
if
so hot on this couch
Yeah.
either.
Do we need
That's
to?
true.
Do we even need to get another mic?
Why is
Because I
that?
feel like jokes like that need to stay buried.
Well, Dad doesn't need a mic. He can just call out from halfway across the room, and it would still pick it up perfectly.
True. In 1566, Great Britain executes Agnes Waterhouse, the first British woman convicted of witchcraft in Chelmsford, England. 1566.
That was a rough time.
I didn't know
Agnes
they did that
Waterhouse.
over there. I thought they just did it over here.
Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
No,
You
Well, you
imagine?
learn something new
It was kind of a
every
fad.
podcast.
you
That was
bet.
what?
Kind of a fad.
1715. 10 Spanish treasure galleons sunk off Florida coast by a hurricane. There you go.
which
A lot of
coast?
negative. A lot of negative things today. Which
I think it's on the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say Atlantic? My bad.
I did not.
bet.
No, I just think that's where it
Okay.
is.
Count Olaf got killed. That's 3 in a row.
Galleons and galleons.
Is there anything? Is there
Yeah, it's
anything
kinda dark.
positive in these?
Right here.
On this day? Okay.
1751, the first international world title prize fight. These are some good. This is some good names. Jack Stack of England.
Wow.
Of course, he beat his challenger. And I don't know if I'm going to say this correctly, but he was a Frenchman. I think it's probably not Petit if it's France. If he's from
Petite?
France, it might be Petite, which is probably why he got beat.
He's a small man.
Is he went up against Jack Stack, and he's M Petite.
Is it possible that
Minnie.
Jack,
Maybe his name is
Petite.
Minnie.
Jack
Yeah.
went to the courts and had his name changed once he got
Jumping
really
Jack
jacked?
Stack.
His name was just Jack Mulberry or something like that. And then
Well-
Jack Stacked.
Yeah, he's
He was
stacked,
stacked.
now. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just Jack Stack. Now he's stacked. And he beats his challenger, this tiny petite man. In 29 minutes, though, it took him. So maybe he wasn't as stacked as we thought he was.
Was this boxing or
Yep.
bare knuckle? Bare
Prize-
knuckle boxing?
prize fight.
I think
bare
it
knuckle?
was boxing.
Because I know like bare knuckle boxing went on for, rounds and rounds. And I think it was because they didn't do too much.
Hitting.
Yeah. I think they danced around a lot.
So it wasn't like the Rocky films that you see.
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
go
definitely because that
25
was actual
rounds and
boxing,
they-
but
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I didn't know you were a historian on actual boxing.
Well, you just have to watch the movies.
well, yeah. I mean, have you ever seen Rocky?
I have seen
He has
Rocky.
gloves,
Yeah, but it's boxing. So
but it's not bare
one
knuckle.
of the guys
It's
had
all
metal
bare
plates
knuckle.
taped under his.
One of them wasn't a pilot.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I mean, they still do have. I think they still have bare knuckle fighting.
I've seen it on
not- it's not
video.
pretty.
No.
No.
And we watch like Gunsmoke and some of those old westerns, and they're just blasting each other's faces. No broken knuckles or fingers, no teeth missing, but that's what would happen. I mean, you
Well, a
just
lot
get,
of times on those old shows, there's rarely any blood
Yeah,
either.
right.
So somebody will get shot, he's laying on the ground, and you're like, well, I don't think he's fine because there's no blood.
Rubber bullets or something.
Yeah. 1848, the Irish potato famine.
Oof.
Right back to negative.
Yeah.
Lots of bad things happen.
This is
on this
negativity
day.
hour with Drew.
1848 was also when Wisconsin became a state.
That's
And
lots
a lot
Irish
of
moving over
Irish
here.
people moved over here because of that
Immigrated.
famine,
Yeah.
general famine.
True.
They call it
Yeah.
the potato famine.
I don't
but
know about
it's a general.
specifically to Wisconsin, but
No, but to the United States.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
In 1899, the first motorcycle race happened in Manhattan Beach, New York. First motorcycle race, 1899.
By the way, back to that, we have some relatives that are Irish.
Oh, I did not know
So
that.
you know
More
that.
Irish than
Yep, than other
the other.
things.
True. Okay, 1914, the first transcontinental phone link made between New York City and San Francisco. So I don't know if they put up a bunch of those like phone lines
Maybe
stretched all the way
from here all the way.
across. I don't know. Here's another transcontinental. 1920, the first transcontinental airmail flight from New York to San Francisco. So those are popular
Was
cities.
Amelia
to go.
Earhart on that one? Was
No,
she?
no,
No?
she
Okay.
must not have gone on that.
That
one.
and the bear wrestling, he's always
We're
got
always on that.
Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
Poor Amelia.
Yeah, just kicking her.
R.I.P.
1920, Mexican rebel Pancho Villa surrenders.
Pancho Villa.
What year was that?
1920.
Oh.
That's a good
When was the Alamo? Do we
Pancho
know?
and Lefty. That's
yeah,
a good song.
it is. Was
Willie
the-
Nelson and who's the other guy?
Merle
that sings
Haggard.
it? Yeah. Totally. 1920. Adolf Hitler becomes leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Man for the people.
1821.
How? Just a little bit of an ask here. How are we like halfway
No.
Okay.
With our time?
with what
Oh,
you have to
halfway
offer?
done.
Yeah.
You know,
Just generally speaking, I know we don't.
I know people
I
don't
mean, we can go all up around,
Yeah.
you know, in chasing rabbits and stuff.
okay.
But
Dad will do it.
We're about halfway, yeah.
well, here's what I was thinking we do at the halfway point. We really haven't talked about Joe Bob,
Oh, being on the
Mr. Joe
podcast.
Bobby being. I mean, we've mentioned it, and I'm not going to put you on the spot, but Joe's.
Do you want me to just finish up this day and then we can go with Joe and then we can do some weird California laws?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like we're kind of out of place
Let's have a
here
vote.
now.
Who votes for
Yeah,
Dad's?
but your
Who
vote.
Your
votes
road
for
doesn't count more than us.
Yeah, his is worth 6 up here.
Let's do it your way.
Okay, that sounds good.
Begrudgingly.
Begrudge.
It's a Todd Tatership
Yeah.
here.
1928, test footage of the first created Walt Disney Steamboat Willie with Mickey Mouse. So they did some test footage there. I don't know why that's noteworthy, but remember Steamboat Willie?
I heard it was
whistling
stock
and-
footage.
Did he? Did Mickey Mouse?
That doesn't make any sense.
Did Mickey Mouse? Did he look like the Mickey Mouse? Just
Kind
kind
of.
of like the one because like Bugs Bunny. Remember his
Yeah,
first ones?
he
He
didn't
didn't,
look-
sound like him. He didn't look like him. He's kind of ornery and I mean not ornery in a kind of a fun,
Yeah.
sarcastic
Annoying.
way like he was the Mel Blanc one, but he was kind of grumpy and anyway.
He had that Jersey accent, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was weird.
Or something like that. Or Brooklyn, I can't remember which one it was. Okay, 1933, police shootout with Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow's gang in Iowa. Leaves one member, Clyde's brother, Buck Barrow. He's borrowing bucks, dead, and one captured. Bonnie and Clyde, they escape.
What was Buck's real name? You think?
I don't know. What is a buck? What is a
I don't
William?
know.
Is William a good
I
Buck?
doubt it.
Buck
Walter?
nickname? Walter?
Walter, yeah.
Buck. Buck's a
I don't
good
know
name.
why. Why would it be Buck?
What was Josh?
Yeah, Josh, but I don't know why that
Yeah.
was.
I don't know either.
Yeah, Buck. That's a good name, though. I
Push this
like
over
that.
just a little closer to you.
Like Buck
I do
O'Neill.
not want him to miss anything that you're
Baseball
saying.
player. 1952, first nonstop trans-Pacific flight by a jet. So I think
This
that
seems
went
like
all
a
the way.
good date to be doing a
Yeah,
lot
doing
of
some flight.
trans.
Yeah, it was a good time to fly.
Continental stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. You're right. This is one that hits home to us. 1954, the publication of Fellowship of the Ring, first volume, Lord of the Rings, by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Perfect one for
Yeah,
Joe.
That's a good
We
one.
like those. We watch those a lot.
Yep.
How old was J.R.R. Tolkien when he wrote it?
I
Does
don't
it say?
have that
Well,
info.
it took him a long time, I would think.
He went
Joe
to
would be
war.
right over there looking that up.
Yeah, he'd be
But
typing
we have
away.
to be careful because one of the things that we've said is the mission of our podcast is to get people to be lifetime learners. And what we do a lot of times is we throw out the question, and then they
like a call and
feverishly
response,
run
yep.
and research. And so that's kind of
We don't wanna do all the
but we'll
work
do
for
some
them.
of it for them, just because that's kind of fun.
Yeah, we don't want to do all the work for them.
Because what else am I going to do?
True. 1957. This is the last one here.
Oh,
This is for Dad. Jack Parr's The Tonight Show premieres on NBC. You weren't even born yet.
Nope. Jack Parr was the first host, and then was did Johnny Carson take over for him?
How long did Jack Parr go?
Not very long, because Johnny Carson was on a long time, and then Jay Leno, right?
Yeah.
Were you guys?
David Letterman then?
No, he never
something
did.
Else?
He never did. But they.
Well, this
but
is
they were.
these are
they hired-
different shows.
The
Like
Tonight Show.
Letterman had his own show.
Yeah, you're right.
on
This is all The
CBS,
Tonight Show.
I think,
And then they hired Conan
Yeah.
O'Brien,
to replace.
and then Jay Leno came back,
Right.
and now they've got James Fallon.
Yeah,
Right,
Jimmy
Fallon.
Jimothy.
Well, that's it. And
All right,
you can,
Dad.
you can jump on this Joe train here for a little bit, and then we can get back to weird California laws, and we're right at the halfway point. So this is a perfect time to do it, man. I'm glad that worked out that way.
All right, Dad.
Okay, so I don't have a lot to present. It's just that I just thought, here's Joe's. It's the first time on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the he tipped his hat. Did you have that HandelBar performance?
He
hat
sure
on?
did.
Correct, I did.
And Aaron, who runs it, was in your class.
Correct.
And a buddy of yours, and a baseball teammate,
Yeah.
and such. And Joe is the third oldest son. It's
Yep.
John, Drew, Joe, Hudson.
And then me.
Just so people understand, because we don't expect them to know everything about us.
No.
What else? What else do
Well,
we
and
say?
you don't have
Joe's from VO Marketing Pro,
That's true.
if you'd like to know. He does it all.
He does he is the mastermind behind the database.
Yep.
And if we lost Joe, the VOMP and the VOMP people have to be very careful with Joe, because if something happens to him, the ship goes down, or maybe it doesn't go completely down.
We'd have to do some recalibrating.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Some big
Yeah,
time
yeah.
recalibrating.
Yeah, because he's the brains behind the operation. Not that John doesn't have brains, but
No.
but he is the brains behind the operation. And what else? Anything else? There's his nickname is Mr. Joe Bobby, or
Badger
Badger
Bob from his uncle,
well,
Runkle on his.
his name is Joseph Franklin Todd Barsness, but when Drew was little, he couldn't say Joseph Barsness, so he says Joe Jabodges, and people thought it was Joseph Robert, and so it became Joe Bob,
right.
but that's really not his name.
Right.
Kind of like Buck Barrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buck Barrows.
Very similar.
So is that enough? I mean, if you're on,
If he stays around, then
we'll
he'll
just
be
getting
Mr.
old
Computer
friends.
Guy.
We'll become, yeah.
Yeah. He'll be the guy behind the camera, probably. Well, he
We might get another camera.
Oh, true.
That's true.
I just think our 4 or 5 viewers were saying, who is this Joe?
Yeah.
I know he's one of the sons, but
Right.
who is
Bring him
he
out into
really?
the sun
Who
a little
is he?
bit. Let's see him,
Yep.
Let him breathe.
please. Okay, well, that was a nice little diversion here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're on to some weird California laws.
All right.
In San Diego, homeowners who have Christmas lights on their houses past February 2nd may be fined up to $250. Maybe fined. I don't know why.
Now, is that just like if a cop drives by and sees it, or is it like
Citizens
if it's
would
trying
ask.
to get its quota for the hour or whatever, or like that's just something they can go to, like an old, like, hey, I need to get my
Get those Christmas lights up.
hey, they've got that Christmas lights up. I'm going there.
I have no back story to any of
Okay.
this.
That's what you're for, Joe.
Yep.
Check that out sometime.
Here's a second one. It is illegal to pour salt on a highway in Hermosa Beach. I think that's how you pronounce that, correct? Hermosa? Hermosa?
No idea.
I don't know why that is.
Hermosa? What is it, John?
I think he's right.
I think he nailed it.
Well,
I nailed
why
it.
would that be?
I don't know.
Let's
You don't
rack
want-
our
you
brain for
don't-
just a second.
You
and
don't
see
want to
what-
mix salt and sand together. It's just not a good mixture.
Well, but
Is
then
it-
there's
that's
salt
not it.
coming
That's
from
different.
Would it affect the birds that
Ooh.
eat things on the
Like they don't want
beach?
you
or the
throwing
things
rice.
that come on the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Although they're coming from
From
They're
salt
coming from
water.
the salt water.
That's
True. That's a
tough.
good point.
Wait, so mine was dumb? It was just a
Well,
joke.
but is
Just didn't think it was
salt?
real.
There's plenty of
is
room
the
for
salt
on that
in,
couch for
is the
dumb
salt in
comments.
seawater the same as iodized salt that you would
Oh,
pour?
good question.
I'm
Good
just
question.
throwing-
One
I'm
of them's
just-
dry and the other one's wet.
I think they're different. But any hoodle.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying they're different.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That doesn't really.
Scratch the itch there.
No, I don't feel like we got an answer there.
At this point, we would be saying, Joe, look that up for us.
Yeah, please.
And then Joe would be right over there typing.
I wonder if it's
and
bad for the
he
roads,
Would say,
maybe.
Hey, I got an update on the iodized, the salt.
Sea salt?
Yeah,
Yep.
the salt.
Yep.
Pour salt.
All right. Well, we're just going to have to let people figure
That's
it out.
all right. It is prohibited to put anything other than cars in garages in Long Beach. I don't know if like boats, if we're talking about, you can't, talk about really regulating. You can't put like a lawn chair in there, a ladder. I don't know what
Read
that
it
means.
again.
can't.
Let me read it
Yeah.
again. Let me
Read
read
it
it
again.
again.
I'm wondering if it's something different.
It is prohibited to put anything other than cars in garages in Long Beach. So again, I don't know if that's like, they don't want you putting your boat in there,
Yeah.
or if you don't, like you can't put a scooter in there. I don't know that.
Or a mower, or
Yeah.
or you
it's-
can't shelter in there if there's
Maybe they don't want,
Rain?
there are people in our little town
Mm-hmm.
that have filled their garages with stuff.
Yes.
And maybe that's it. Maybe
Maybe they don't like the look that a stuffed garage
'cause
has.
Long Beach, I think, is fairly highbrow.
I think it might be.
So maybe they don't want. Maybe that's just an ordinance that says, "Hey, we're not going to have junky looking."
You can put your junk
Yeah.
downstairs
Right,
if you'd
yeah.
like to.
Right.
You can
Or in
put
your
all
house.
or which is downstairs in the house, but that's part of the house.
I just want to specify for people
I
because
don't
it could
think-
be a downstairs
wait,
garage,
no.
and you can't
I
put
don't
it in
think
your
they
garage.
have. I don't think they have downstairs.
I don't know if they have
down there
basements.
in there. I doubt
Okay.
it.
Okay.
See, that's why I was saying that, Drew.
Unless
I
they have
knew
a,
that.
Unless they have a tri-level, which the last level would be downstairs technically. Okay. I think I won that argument eventually.
I'll leave that.
Nobody's
alone.
going to
Unless
fight
it's
you
not.
for it.
Down a flight of stairs.
True. Maybe they've got like a ramp.
Yeah.
Okay. Another weird
technical.
law.
So I
Here's
think
another
he
weird
lost
law.
that now.
Yep. It's ours.
Here's another weird law. In Los Angeles, it is illegal to wash your neighbor's car. Not cut your neighbor. Do not wrestle your neighbor. It is illegal to wash your neighbor's car if you have not received their permission first.
Who would say no to that?
Who would say yes to it? I mean, you might
Yeah.
have a very nice vehicle, and
Yeah,
if somebody
true.
doesn't wash that the right way,
Right.
I mean, look at Dad's Blazer now. He
Yes,
would
I would
probably
never.
not.
I wouldn't have to worry about that with my
have
Subaru.
Nobody's going to wash my Blazer.
No.
I don't know if I'll ever get the
That's
Blazer
true.
washed.
If they were to wash it, it might get more rusty.
I don't know if it's been washed.
Probably not, because you owned it before.
That's true.
Short.
Drew's got something else in his mind.
Neighbors.
Okay.
Inside joke.
In Blythe, I think I'm saying that correctly, you can only wear cowboy boots if you own at least 2 cows. How about that?
What is that's California, of course. 'cause
Sure
we're
is.
doing weird California laws.
We are. We're still
My
there.
bad.
Now, what happens if
You
Don't.
If you
Don't own that many cows.
No, he was going
No.
to say the word slaughter, but I don't know if I like
I
that.
don't know if that's
Harvest?
I-
Is that what
I
you're
don't like
looking
that.
for?
What if you harvest one of yours, or
Do they do that in California?
Then I would think you can't be seen wearing cowboy boots
Yeah.
if you only have one.
A lot of
You
vegans.
may have to go and buy yourself another
yeah,
cow.
or
Would it be like a temporary driver's license where you could say, "Listen, we just had one harvested,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're going to get another one, but I don't have one, so I'm still going to wear cowboy boots."
Can you wear the cowboy boots to get the second cow?
That's
What
yeah.
if you have one and you're on your way to get the second? Can I wear the cowboy boots?
True. So
I
many
don't know
questions.
how strict they are.
they
It's
are
the
about
same
that.
with I'm not sure how strict they are with only the cars and the thing.
What if
I wonder
an officer pulled over somebody and said,
Yeah.
"I see you wearing 2 boots there. I only see 1 cow in the back here.
Yep.
Can I see your
Come
ID?"
with me,
driver's
please.
license.
We got some questions to ask you.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you to drive without the cowboy boots the rest of the way home, please.
But then that's
But then
illegal.
yeah. Well,
So
that's why.
I don't know if is
It's
it
a
illegal?
double.
Yeah, I suppose it's just in general. It's probably illegal to do that.
And you have to do a sock change.
Okay. So it is illegal to walk a camel down Palm Canyon Drive in Palm Springs between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m. Any other time you can do it.
And you don't have to have cowboy boots to own one of those.
That I would imagine. I
Okay.
don't see any. Correct. I don't see
So
anything
there
there.
must have been a time when there were camels
Yeah.
in that area,
Yep.
which I would have never guessed.
Nope.
Where we at
Somebody
there, Drew?
owned some 24 minutes and a half.
Oh, wonderful. Wow. So much time.
Yeah, plenty. Let's keep exploring the space here. We've got in Arcadia, peacocks have the right of way in all driveways and roadways. So there must be some peacocks in that.
Makes sense.
Wild peacocks too.
Maybe.
I would guess.
Yeah. We used to go stay at Triple Creek Ranch.
Down near
There
Galena.
was a peacock there, right? Or
Can
a couple of
peacocks
them.
fly?
I think they can get off the ground a little bit. I'm not sure
Hover.
they can fly real far. I wonder if they're kind of like turkeys that way.
Like,
Well, turkey
you know
kinda
the
can fly.
distance?
I have no information on that.
Were you going somewhere in your mind?
No, I just was. Drew just said he was talking like he knew, and so I just figured.
I guess you're just
maybe he
curious. You're curious like
knew.
a cat, aren't you?
I just wondered if he
Some
knew
friends
the
call you
distance.
Whiskers.
Yeah.
No. In Long Beach, it is illegal to curse on a mini golf course.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, with children there, I would imagine.
Sometimes those mini golf games get intense, and you don't want somebody cussing.
I like that. I mean I like the word curse and better than swearing, and I'd like cuss better than cursing. I mean, if I just don't, I'm just not from that area of the United States to be able to call it cussing. I just
think you
didn't
could
grow
say-
up that way.
I think you
So
could say it if
see,
you
we would
wanted
seem
to.
forced to use that.
Cuss is kind of old. It seems
Yeah.
like. I mean, people used to say it when I was a kid. Don't cuss.
Yeah. We say swear now.
What about you're an
I
old
think.
cuss?
Mm-hmm.
That's
You-
also
yeah.
something.
But notice that they don't say that about on the regular golf courses
True.
because
Adult.
they
That's adults.
let it go.
Yeah.
People get mad playing golf. It's a frustrating sport.
Very frustrating. In Los Angeles, you cannot hunt moths under street lamps. That's probably like shooting fish in a barrel.
Or feeding deer and then shooting
What
them.
would you be hunting moths for?
I don't know.
What benefit do they have?
Maybe they have special ones there. Maybe they
Like the
maybe they
Luna
have
one,
really
the
nice
wild one.
ones.
Okay.
Pet,
Aren't there
pet
people that
frogs
collect
or
them?
pet
Like you know how they
lizards
put them
or
in
something that
I
eat
know
them?
that's butterflies, but they also could do moths.
True.
I mean, like on a board.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
like a
spray that
science
stuff
thing,
on it.
like a-
yeah. Yeah,
it's
that's not
totally
good.
inhumane there.
Yeah.
Did you see that moth that Mom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
That
huge.
was huge. Maybe
Maybe we can get Damon to
Maybe
put it up
Damon's
there.
got a picture right. Boom.
Yeah.
Right here.
Perfect.
Right
Boom.
there.
In Fresno, visitors cannot bother lizards at city parks.
What does bother mean?
I don't know.
Just not.
Because there could be
Whatever Larry was
like,
doing with
but-
the iguanas.
But I mean, there could be like that's up for debate. Then do you have to ask the lizard then?
Am I bothering
It's
you?
bothering you?
Yeah.
Or like how do they know what's?
Some
Well,
other human is
yeah.
saying that's bothering.
Well, and
And
what
But then that might be two
what happens
different
if-
definitions
Open
of
to
bothering.
interpretation.
what happens
Yeah.
if a lizard starts bothering you at those times, though?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, this
There's no
this
law
goes
against
both
that.
ways,
And then
buddy.
how are you
Lizards
going
can
to
bother you.
if you're getting arrested for that or something?
Say, hey, he
how do you
started
say,
it.
Well, he started it. Well, how are you going to figure that out?
How are you gonna figure out if it's a male or
You
female?
go to
You need
the
some evidence. You're gonna need some-
iguana court.
Yes, you're going to
Lizard.
let's not get
Lizard,
into
lizard
that.
court.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, two more real
There's
quick.
another rabbit
like
hole
that.
there.
And
I
we,
like
we don't
that.
have much time to talk about this.
Okay,
We have
let's do
2
it.
minutes. So here's real quick.
Okay.
Walking an elephant down Market Street in San Francisco is illegal unless the elephant is on a leash. So you can do it if you want to get dragged around by an
Do
elephant.
they count reins as a leash? Because I mean, if you write it down, that's a question.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
Because I wouldn't want to walk. I wouldn't want to walk an elephant. You could get stepped on.
A leash on one of those things. It's like how are you going to control that thing anyway?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd
better
rather be
be
riding
trained.
it.
In Berkeley, it is illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. It's disturbing the peace, I guess.
Does canary just go with one like whistle or a certain whistle, or is it like?
I don't know.
How are we doing there? Are we gonna need a second part for this?
No, we'll get through this real quick here.
Okay.
We have 1 minute. Here's
All
a fun Here's a couple fun holidays.
We're not gonna get through this.
Go ahead. Do you want to just shut her down real quick?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
We'll come back for like 5 minutes. All right.
Hi, this is Mallory Handford, and you're watching the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast.
All right, we're back. Sorry, we were running out of time because of our stinking, whatever you call it, our time limit. So we're back. We didn't want to cut it short, so we thought we'd give you everything you wanted.
Yeah, we ended with the final weird law that we had for California, which was in Berkeley, it is illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. So I don't understand that one.
That doesn't make any sense though. If it's lost, whistling for it, how would you know where it's at?
Maybe canaries come to whistles. Maybe they
There must
show
be a
up.
reason why.
If you had a whistle like Gandalf when he whistled for his horse,
Yeah.
that was just
Yeah,
Legend. It was legendary.
I think you'd
really
call
cut
several
through.
different animals.
Yeah.
that could be illegal before 7 because that would wake up a lot of people.
You're
Although
right.
I'm not sure I'd even be mad about that if somebody was able to crack that one off and it woke you off.
Yeah, but just think if you did it not, a lot, that would get annoying. I
I
mean,
would think
after the
Come
newness
on,
and the
Jeff.
specialness wore off.
I think if you could do that, I'd do that a lot.
Like I don't
Whistle
like
like
that.
that.
But you really don't like people that whistle that can whistle. I don't like that.
Have you ever heard anybody do a whistle like that?
I
Gandalf?
haven't, but I can't stand when people everywhere they're like they do the real loud, real shrill.
Well, his is a
Whistle?
whistle.
I know
You
it's
think
a
everybody
beautiful
knows
whistle.
who's Gandalf is?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You need to.
I'm not hip. I'm not hip to that.
You know who he is.
All right, well, here's some fun holidays.
Let's talk about it.
We got National Lasagna Day is today.
Lasagna is wonderful.
I like lasagna. I do too. Yeah.
Mom makes a mean lasagna.
Big cheese guy over here,
No, we all are. We all are.
Wisconsin.
It's also International Tiger Day. The thing on there said, do a big roar or something like that. It's like,
No,
I don't know about that.
no,
Nope.
that's below us. That just cheapens us if we start doing tricks like that.
I think so. Yep. And then we got National Chicken
How much-
Wing Day.
How much?
Chicken wing
how much
day.
would someone have to pay you to do a roar like a lion
Oh,
or
like
a tiger? Sorry.
Not
I
much.
wonder if people that are watching wish that we would do that. Do a roar.
No,
No.
they're not getting
No,
unless
we're
they
not
want to
doing
pay
that.
me. How much would they have to pay you?
I mean, I would do it for $5.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
Yeah. $5.
I mean, I'm not
be
that.
more than
I'm
that.
Not, I'm not that proud.
Well,
No.
where are we doing it? I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
somebody wants to give
I mean,
me.
on
I'm
a
not-
podcast.
I'm not gonna
On a
just-
podcast.
Oh no, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
see,
let's say-
exactly. There you
Let's
go.
say if Cal, let's say if
Yeah.
Cal Handel said, "I'll spot you guys $5 a piece if you'll just do a roar," or BJ. What if
$5
BJ's
hard to turn down.
What if BJ came up
You
to you and
bend
said that?
over in parking lots to pick up a penny.
But he doesn't
I
have to
do.
roar.
You're gonna turn down a $5.
He doesn't have to roar though, Drew.
I'm not.
That's
I'm,
not forced.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I would of course do it.
Yeah.
$5
Easy.
for a roar.
Sure.
A roar.
I have no problem with that. Free money.
How much would you have to get paid to do that on this?
It depends on where you're doing it.
I said here.
on
Right
here.
here on the
Right
podcast,
here?
on the original
Stay with
father-son
us.
voiceover.
Stay with us.
The original father-son voiceover
Podcast roar.
podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I
You
don't
wouldn't
think
do it. Nothing.
No.
No amount of
sticking-
money.
No, I'm sticking to my roots.
What if we did a
guns.
VOMP chant roar?
No, my roots.
What are your roots?
That I don't roar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never.
No
been a
amount of
roarer.
money Joe would do it for. It'd have to be at least $20 for me.
I'm not proud. I would do it
Four
for
times
$5.
as much as
I
what
do it for
Drew
Hey,
$5.
paid.
I'm a voiceover artist,
What,
so
what are
I
we talking about? Just like
my-
a roar, that
Sure.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Just
no,
like a
it's
tiger?
like a. I'm not gonna do it, but it was you were trying to do that, weren't you? You jerk! You're not funny.
All right.
National Chicken Wing Day.
I've offended Drew. I've stolen his thunder. Sorry.
No, not at all.
Stolen his roar.
No.
National Chicken Wing Day.
Yeah, Damon would be happy about that.
Does anybody like in bone?
Every day.
Bone in.
Every day is chicken wing day
I
for Damon.
don't prefer it over. I'll eat them. I mean, they're good.
Did you pay for it?
No, not if you had the option of boneless.
Okay, I wouldn't pay.
I don't think I'd order
Boneless.
them if they were. I still wouldn't order them if they were like, no,
they're
we're
free?
all out of. No, if they're free, yeah. But if
I don't know.
someone's
I
like,
don't know
no,
if
we're
that's
out of
possible yet,
the
but with
boneless
people
chicken
hungry.
wings, I'd be like, guess I'm having a burger.
Yep. Not on National Chicken Wing Day, are you? Though
No.
Probably.
we had Raising Cane's chicken the other day. Wow! And I tell you what, the highlight, although the chicken was very good,
You won't believe this. This is unreal.
was like the bread. I don't even know what it was.
It's like toast, but it's like a log of toast. It's not.
And it's not. I mean, it's not like actual toast. The crispiness, the juiciness,
The saltiness.
Wait,
the
juiciness
softness.
of a piece of toast?
Oh yes.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it.
They change your life.
You wouldn't believe it. It's the best toast
when
I've
you
ever.
ate it,
It's good
and
toast.
so the lady at the cashier asked us, well, would you like more whatever, more of this, more
more
of that,
sauce, more
fries,
fries, or a second piece of toast.
And so I didn't have any idea. So I was like, well, I'll take more sauce. And she said, well, remember that for next time. I was like, well, this is the first time I've ever been in here. And this is on State Street in Madison. I don't think I'll be in here very often. But yeah, sure. Next time I'm in here and you're the cashier, I'll try to remember that.
You'll
Anywho,
remember to get toast.
But
next
you
time.
won't get
but
extra
next
sauce.
time I will get extra toast. In fact, I might.
It was
you
what was
went
it
with
about
extra
this long?
sauce
It
over
was
it?
about this long probably,
Yeah.
and about that sized. And it was like the outside was crusty, the inside was just it wasn't like gooey, but it was like
very soft.
It was very soft, and then there was like salty and
almost
buttery.
almost buttery, garlicky.
Did
I
you
was
dip
like,
it in something, or is
no,
it just
it doesn't
good
need
on its
anything.
own?
I put it down in the old cane sauce, and that was good too.
But
It was
you went
so
with
good
extra
by.
sauce over extra fries?
It ended
Well,
up being not
you
much
watch how
more
much-
extra fries
I had
because
like
I
3
asked
extra
for it.
fries,
Oh.
and I said, so next time I'm going to
It
go with
looked like the fries looked like it was the same.
I didn't know how many sauce packets they give you. I was
If you
concerned
taste-
that if that more sauce was the option, I thought, well, they probably don't give very much sauce. They gave you a lot of sauce. We had plenty of sauce. So
If you
Is
taste,
the sauce that good though?
it was
You would
it's
say,
good.
"Hey,
Yeah.
how did you know
But the
that
toast
you were going to
is-
be getting good sauce?
Well, he
I
just
figured.
figured. We didn't see the toast, Joe.
We didn't know much
didn't know
about
how
it.
many fries there were going to be, so he just got extra sauce.
Well, you wouldn't think that if there's an extra toast, you'd say,
wants that?
That's
I can
what we
have toast
said.
at home.
It's exactly what we said.
I can have toast at home.
an
but
extra
this
chicken
was
wasn't an
toast.
option for the same price. So if you say
Yeah, but
extra,
I think it's an easy decision to go extra fries.
No, because it was the same amount of
it was the
fries.
same amount of fries, dude.
We looked at the
was
fries and
weird.
we're like, they're not any different.
Yeah, it was weird.
But then you'll
Fries
see
were good,
you'll
too.
see a second piece of toast.
But
toast was
but the
life-changing.
chicken was good.
Very good.
The fries were good.
Very good.
But the toast was like
It was beyond.
Because it's toast.
Because it's just toast.
It's toast.
And it's like whoosh.
If
Cos-
they gave you-
cosmic
Okay,
toast.
I've had good chicken. I've had good fries. Those were all good. Raising
yeah.
Cane's. But toast went like whoosh, right out
Couldn't
of the...
believe it.
It was
It
the
blew my
it's,
mind.
it's the best
Extra-
toast I've ever had.
If they gave you an
Easily.
option, they said, "All right, we give you three. We give you three. You can
They
have
did.
three chances at things. You can have
I had many chances
you
I
can have
wanted.
chicken. You can have toast, or you can have fries, or you can have. Well, I'll give
That's
you
four,
You
not
have
three.
extra sauce.
So we're just eating extra sauce. So that one's out quick.
So then,
You started with three, and now we got
You get three choices.
I guess I'm giving you four.
How many Raising Cane's are there? Is that a whatchamacallit?
In Wisconsin?
Well, is it a what do we call those things?
Franchise?
Chain franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, there.
I think it's more of a southern thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is because they started in I think it was Louisiana. In fact, the owner on Raising Cane's, he was on Treehouse Masters.
Oh yeah.
He had that big house there in Louisiana, and they did like a big. I don't even think they had a budget, which makes sense.
so out of the three options,
Or
that
four.
that you were given,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. So you ate chicken.
I did.
You had toast, and you had the sauce, and you had fries.
Good toast.
Would you, if you could do it, would you have no chicken and no fries and have have three things
of
of
course,
toast?
of course not.
So it wasn't that good.
Oh my, Joe.
beyond.
Moving on here.
We gotta take him. Hey, just a side note.
We do have to, and you want to go to the gyro place too.
Yeah. Just
Gyro.
a side
Raising
note.
gyros.
Did you see that Bill DeWees, who's our VOMP personal assistant, one of our personal
Voice of this
and
podcast.
voice of our podcast. He was in Houston, and went to Buc-ee's.
Oh,
Remember when we
nice.
went to Buc-ee's? He had pictures there.
Nice.
Again, an out of this world experience. We
Yeah,
won't go
very
there,
good.
but Raising
There's only
Cane's
there's
brought
only
that
two
up to
types of people, right, Drew?
In this world.
Tell
Yep,
us-
two
tell
types
us
of
about
people in
those
this
two
world.
people.
Those that love Buc-ee's and those that have never been.
And it's true.
That's true.
It's very
That
true.
is very true.
Okay, last one here.
All right.
This is National Talk in an Elevator Day, which, when you don't have very many
Oh,
stories in your building,
Oh, pun intended.
true, then you know, you can't, what are you going to do? You know?
Somebody breaking in here.
who is it?
We don't have
We
any
gotta
room
shut-
for the
we gotta-
penalty
we gotta shut
box.
this down.
We don't have any room for the penalty box.
Well,
So, National Talk in an Elevator Day.
this I think will be because of our taste test, our Cal
Interview.
our interview. We just ran the gamut of everything, and I think this is going to be our longest podcast.
Well, it
That's
was
my
longer
guess.
because we had Joe here. We added some time because we had an added person here. So deal with it.
So get ready for
Boy, did I had stuff.
get ready for the new podcast because it's always new and improved. We're going to get another microphone soon. We're going to get Joe over there. We'll have
Maybe a TV screen.
Yeah, I mean it's just growing leaps and bounds. There you have it.
There it is. There's number 18. Thanks for everybody
In the
who's
books.
joining us today. And this comes out on Tuesday. So check us out on Tuesday. Thanks